of the Mind Flip.
Welcome to Theatre of the Mind Flayer, a D&D play podcast set in the homebrewed world of Jekyll. We've got 2 DMs for some reason, which can only mean twice the fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your time at
Theatre of the Mind Flip.
We're back! We're back again. We're not going to lie to you guys, anyone listening, provided this works. We recorded a whole first episode of Safirith back in action, and for some reason it didn't work. It looks like Daelyn's allergic to technology working.
Yeah, fuck. It makes me so sad.
I know. But hey, it doesn't change the fact that we had that experience playing that.
It's true, and it made my heart so happy to be playing D&D.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, I'm like, oh, that one was just for us.
That one was just for us. Maybe you'll roll better this time.
Maybe I will fucking
Maybe
roll
you won't be
better
shit
this
at
time.
rolling this time.
Oh my god, what was 11s? That's like all I was getting. This dice is like, that's as much as I'm giving you. You're not getting anything else.
Like you said, you've not used it for a year, so, you know.
Yeah, it's punishing me. It's collective punishment. They're all like, no.
But
like, you haven't even shook the dice bag. Don't talk to it.
You haven't seasoned them, you haven't done anything.
I know.
Let that be a lesson to those of you out there. Even if you're not playing D&D at the moment, show your dice a little love. I'm going to get the cursor off the stop button because that's freaking me the fuck out. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch anything now. I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know if it's like flicking between tabs or something. I don't know. But we did. We recorded a whole first episode with Safirith. It was beautiful. We're going to re-record it / play it out a bit different, probably, just for our own sakes. We'll see what happens. But give you the vague idea of what Safirith got up to. We even rambled at the start, and I don't remember what we talked about.
I know. We were on point.
We were so witty and charming.
I know. God, y'all will just have to believe it.
Yeah. You know, we get on a mic together. We're also recording separately. Daelyn is still in the UK, and I am still in Canada. But we couldn't wait any longer. It's been a year. We want to know what Safirith is up to.
It's true. It's been too long since I've played the Dungeons and the Dragons. And now we're back, baby.
We're back.
Basically, you just couldn't go on without me any longer.
Honestly, there are, you know, Michael's a great foil to have. Luke's a great kind of fucked up sense of humor to have, but just no one has that slight different, but also almost identical kind of thought process, as a sense of humor as you do with me. So. There is a je ne sais quoi that's missing, I feel, that doesn't hinder the podcast, but certainly do miss it, obviously.
Yeah. You know, you need someone to give you back an almost equal amount of shit. Not full amount, but like, you know.
An equal amount of shit and fucked up sense of humor. And yeah,
exactly.
Well, we should see if that happens this time.
Yeah, fingers crossed. You know.
Yes. Fingers crossed. If we have to do this a third time, it is going to be.
It's just going to be. It's going to be being like, what does the room look like?
Very ratty. Yeah.
Maybe you got better.
Let me guess. The room's got blue orbs in it. Great.
Whoa.
Sorry. Spoiler alert, guys.
Jacob,
Spoiler alert. I'm not changing the layout of the room that I built.
Yeah. That's going to be my challenge to you is you're going to have to design a whole different dungeon every single time we have to re-record that. You're like, everything's different NPCs, different, like nothing is the same.
I never should have told you about my 12 NPC dinner that I did.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. My expectations are...
Shit.
They were already high, and now they're...
You watch, we're going to record 3 different versions of this, and then you're going to stumble across the audio and be like, oh, I found all 3 audio. And I'll be like, well, let's release all 3.
The B tracks.
The B tracks, yeah. Speaking of words that start with the letter B, Bocked is where you started your adventure. See that? See how smooth that was? Just like last time.
Whoa.
Even the recap, I'm like, you went to Bach, you dealt with Pierre Rupe. I'm like, I already fucking did this.
I can hear it in your voice.
Okay, sorry.
It made me
Hang
really
on.
happy. No. You're
Maybe we should have done an improv game. That whole first session was a fucking improv game. All right.
just to I know. Yeah. Think of it that way. We're all warmed up.
Excellent.
We're in storytelling mode.
Okay.
We're ready.
All right.
I'm going to
Thank
be
you, Coach.
so fucking poetic.
Oh, you better be.
Yeah,
All right.
I know.
So, all right, serious narrator voice. You began your adventure on Bokt with Force and Agenar and Etterath. You ran into Azareth. I don't know why we can't get that name. You ran into Azareth.
Poor Michael.
Poor Michael, yeah.
It's just because your brain goes, oh, it's Michael's character.
The least important character of the bunch.
The man doesn't know how to make croissants. Why would I?
Yes, that's
learn
what
his
we talked
character?
about. You missed
That's
the
what we
whole
talked about.
assessment on Michael's croissant building ability from Daelyn, who has made croissants. Many.
So now the next time y'all come visit me, I'm literally gonna take Michael to that bakery to go see Rob, and I'm gonna be like, Rob, show him how to make croissants.
Poor
yeah.
lad.
Yeah, we're live. But yes, that's why.
Yes, you, before croissants were being made, you rescued Pierre-Roup and plunged Bokt into some sort of defenseless chaos. You were made aware that Queen Banrian was sending forces to Bokt in order to take its resources and possibly other things. You jumped on a ship and made your way to originally to along the south there, past the volcano to get to Fiona. You hit a bit of a snag where you were bamfed around the place. As you were bamfed around the place, you ended up near the Shadowlands after exploring the Shadowlands and discovering a strange little city with a huge titan protecting it. You ended up catching a ship to Fiona. Midway through that trek to Fiona, you were accosted by some purple trim Queen's Guard kind of enforcers, and you were grabbed. As you were grabbed, as your friends tried desperately to protect you, to save you, to stop you from being taken, Force shared some pretty harsh words as you succumbed to the suggestion to go with the witch there. As Force kind of gave his opinion, as Force does, you felt a tugging in the darkness, and you were enveloped with this purple energy, this dimension door energy. That's where we left off. That's where we'll pick up. As you feel her hand on your arm, this purple energy wallops over you. As the darkness drops, as she casts the dimension door, you would catch a glimpse of everyone's faces, the scorn on Forces, the utter despair, if I recall correctly, from Azareth. You would see Etterath doing what Etterath does best, stabbing people in high heels. He himself in high heels, stabbing other people in high heels. You bamf not too far away, below deck, as you catch a glimpse of Agenar running up the stairs. As you bamf down bottom, you are being pulled between barrels and crates as you're being pulled towards this glowing circle at the bow of the ship underneath this sizzling arcane energy. You would catch a glimpse near the back of the ship of Quadina, her huge kind of eyes, slightly mournful, kind of tilts her head to you. As she tilts her head to you, you're pulled back into the teleportation circle. As you're pulled into the teleportation circle, it ignites with a fizz of bright light and arcana, and you would feel your body separating into infinitely tiny pieces and traveling across the cosmos to an unknown location. As your body kind of reatomizes in place there, you would have a split second to look around. You see a circular chamber. You like that? The first one was oval. This time it's circular.
Woo! Fixing it up for me. My goodness.
A circular chamber with a bunch of teleportation circles kind of set out. There looks to be maybe 4 to 5 of them, maybe 6. in that split second that you have vision, you would watch as a tall, dark individual, a human male in that same black outfit with purple trim, darts forward and puts a bag over your head. As he puts the bag over your head, I'm sure you're going to ask what it smells like, but we'll get to that.
Maybe I'm going to ask different questions, Jacob.
A different root vegetable this time.
Yeah.
Excellent. As the bag is placed over your head, you feel the tug on your arm from the witch as the other guard kind of steps up beside you, and you are marched rather promptly, rather quickly, kind of rushed through the corridor, out into the corridor, and you hear the sound of footsteps as they take you along this cold stone floor. You hear the sound of individuals in armor stepping to the side and letting you pass by. What is Safirith thinking in this moment?
I think she's
Deja
vu. Yeah. I think she's really heavily in shock. Just that where you just, like, she's not even in her body. She can't feel her body at all. She's just fully being led, like allowing herself to be led. And like, there's a bit of a thought of like, I should be fighting. I should be fighting back. I should be pushing back. But just also that almost like numb acceptance of like, well, this is what I've done. So there's nothing to do. But she just keeps thinking about the people she left behind and everyone's faces, like those last glimpses that she saw. And I think that, like, just all of those worries in her brain of, are they going to be okay? Like, just hoping that she has taken the danger away from them.
Excellent.
By getting as far away as possible. Yeah. But just that, like, complete disconnect between brain and body.
Yeah, as you properly disassociate, you're led to a threshold. Your feet kind of stumble against it, and you feel steps leading down as you feel yourself being led down these hard steps. They don't speak to you as this is happening, and as they lead you down, you hear the sounds of cold, like iron, squeaking iron hinges. As a
does
door.
the air feel colder as we're moving down?
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. I'm not even shitting you. Nat 20.
Hey!
You forgave me.
Nice.
I love you, little baby. You're the only one I'm gonna roll. The rest of them are dog shit.
Your poor dice. As you kind of feel around the air on your skin, it's a little marginally cooler down these steps. With that nat 20, you probably gather that you're kind of moving below ground. As you move down, feeling the cold air, you would get the smell of oddly clean smell. There doesn't seem to be any, besides the smell of the sack on your head, that has some sort of, I'll say pumpkin this time. The bag smells like pumpkin instead of potato. Caleb, you have avoided our xenophobia this time. We get to right our wrongs when we do this a second time.
We're retreading the past and choosing a brighter path.
Exactly. As you feel that cool air and deduce that you're probably heading below ground, those iron doors open and you're led in. As you're led in, you are kind of stood in place, the male guard holding onto you, saying, "Don't move." You would hear the sound of crayon or chalk on stone around you. And after about 5-10 minutes maybe of standing there in utter silence, all of a sudden he would let go of your arm, and after about 4 steps back, everything would go silent, completely muted. There would be a moment of silence, like you're in a completely silent void of sound chamber. nothing but your heartbeat in your chest. And then you would hear the sound of just a light tap, like a poo, like a finger on glass. And you would hear the voice of the witch saying, "You may take off your bag now."
I reach up very slowly and just pull it off.
Excellent. As you pull off the bag, you would see everything is tinted blue, and it takes you a moment to realize you're in some sort of arcane dome. You can see the chalk sigils on the outside of the dome. As you glance up, you would see that there's a small section about the size of a small dish plate of peppered holes in this arcane shield where she is standing and kind of leaning in to talk. She gestures around. She says, "You will be here a little while until those that wish to see you come to see you. Make yourself comfortable, and if you want anything, well, too bad." She kind of taps the front of the dome and it seals over and you're back in silence. You watch as she steps back with the other guard. They bang on the door. Or you don't hear the door, you just see tapping on the door. And the door swings open. You gather with a creak, as all doors do. And they step out. As they step out, you would catch a glimpse of what looks like a stone staircase that leads up, and two guards on the outside dressed in more traditional kind of Queen's Guard for this this city, this area. Saphir.
Is the witch and the other man, are they still wearing? I'm assuming they're still wearing the same robes that they were when they grabbed.
Yeah, they're wearing more of a less armor, more of a black and purple kind of black outfits with purple trims on them. If you think like black kind of ninja-esque outfits with purple trim on them, whereas the guards have more of a traditional kind of armor, pauldrons, helmets that still have that same Queen Banrian purple kind of color to it. But you would tell the difference between like Queen's Guard and what would be more of a special forces kind of thing.
Yeah.
As the door shuts, you are plunged back into that blue glow. Make a perception check for me.
I shit you not. Nat 20.
Guys, Daelyn is taking advantage of the fact that I can't see her dice rolls. She's just been saying nat 20, nat 20. No, I'm good. I trust you. You rolled shit for the last one. And then obviously tanked the audio so that you could have another go at it.
Like legitimate, but also I wish that I got this many nat 20s when we were playing.
Yeah, it would have been
good. My God.
As you glance around, you get a view of the room. It is roughly like basketball court sized, completely made of stone, no windows, like large stone blocks, no windows. And as you look around, you would see that there are about a half a dozen of those same blue domes with various humanoids in them. More immediately to your right, you would see that there is a kind of lying on the bedroll, the single bedroll in the center of these odd cells. You would see like long, craggy hair and a dwarven body in what looks to be fairly decent armor, lying facing away from you. As you look back towards the back of the room, you would see a number of other humanoids kind of not quite within your dome distance, but you would definitely see some humans, what appear to be some dragonborn, and definitely an elven individual up the back. Looking past there with your nat 20, you would notice that there is another set of doors at the back of the room there. As you glance around, you would kind of spot that the dwarf has kind of turned on their mat to look at you, and you would see a feminine dwarf. She seems to have quite a sharp nose for a dwarf, a little bit of like a chin strap beard that comes around the bottom there. This long craggy red hair, but craggy in that, sometimes people have really craggy kind of dirty hair, but it somehow sits really cool.
Yeah.
Has that kind of vibe. She's got a little band around her head that kind of keeps some of it from her face. She just kind of rolls over on her bedroll, looks at you, and just kind of nods her head, and just kind of lies back on the bedroll there. As she does that, Safirith, what are you thinking, and what would you like to do?
The brat in me wants to go, "Hey, you, Alf in the far corner, talk to me."
You can do that. As you do that, you hear your voice fill the sphere. The dwarf kind of waves at you to get your attention, and just kind of shakes her head and points to her ear. She gets up and walks across to the side of the dome and just taps the dome with her finger, and pop, 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 that same little dotting of holes in the arcane shield appears. She kind of gestures for you to do the same.
Yeah, I'll mimic her, what she did to the side.
Excellent. You touch the side. It has a little bit of give to it, like pressing on very tight cling film. And as you do, pop, 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 those dots appear, and immediately that complete sterile of sound, certainly, environment starts to be broken by the sounds of the outside of breathing, and of course of your cellmate not too far across from you, no more than a 2 or 3 foot gap between your two Orbeez. She says, Orbeez, yeah. Your Domies.
Domies. Dome buddies.
Do you want to be Domies with me?
Dormies.
I've not had someone in a cell beside me. If you want to be Domies.
Wow, that's the nicest way I've ever been welcomed to a prison. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You've got to keep your chin up, even in dire circumstances like this. I'm Kuhn Toza from Neodract.
Kuhn, it's nice to meet you. I'm Safirith from Saibhir.
Oh, you're from here?
Well, I mean, not by choice, but unfortunately, yes, and it seems a resident once more, as much as I tried not to be.
That's a shame. That's a damn shame. You got caught on the streets of Oyer here, or?
No, I was on my way to Fianna, and...
Oh, long way from home.
Yeah, It's a long story. Met a group of people. We were trying to... I mean, I would say that we were trying to do some good. We were mostly fucking around, and I think, honestly, fucking a lot of shit up. But we were trying to do something. And it seems my past caught up with me.
Take it from someone who spent most of their life in war. Good and bad are relative. Sometimes you have to do good. Sometimes you have to do bad for the greater good. So, I'm sure whatever it is you did that got you in trouble, it's all for the greater good. And, once they sort out whatever information they want from you, you'll probably be let go. That's how I assume it works here. I mean, I've only been here a week, and I haven't seen anyone leave, but they have come and gotten people and taken them out and brought them back in again, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly who's waiting for me on the other side of that door, but if it's who I think it is, I don't think I'll be leaving in a hurry.
Oh, you've been here before. You know who this is? Who's doing this?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't been to this exact place. I don't recognize this space.
Not particularly, no. You recognize the perhaps the method of
yeah.
You would recognize the Queen's Guard to be the Queen's Guard first and foremost, which might not be who you were expecting. and you would recognize that this method of imprisonment is kind of isn't what you expect from the person you're expecting, but is what you'd expect from Queen Banrian's forces.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if it's the person I think it is, then she's moved up a lot since the last time I saw her.
Oh. I mean, I don't want to pry. I mean, I got ripped from the border of Neodract and Saphir, right where kind of Ebon reaches. Scouting party. We may have strayed over the line, over the border. Managed to get my troops back over, but I got captured, and they brought me over here in a cart with a couple of strange individuals that seem to have been in some sort of large monster battle, and we all got brought here. I assume I'm going to be mined for information on the war, so that's going to be fun. We've been trained in kind of resisting enhanced interrogation, so I should be fine. But are you saying that this isn't Queen Banrian doing this sort of thing?
I mean, at this point, I'm not sure. The person that I think it is was, she was more of the underbelly type, not this high and mighty highest levels of government shit. But if this is who came and got me, then clearly she's working for someone else entirely. I mean, my family had connections, much as I didn't want us to. Well, I mean, I didn't know them all that well. I'm sorry, this is a lot.
No, it's fine. You're not sure what you can tell me, what you can't tell me. So I get it. You were here once upon a time, a shady past, and now you're back here. And you think that the person you ran away from might have something to do with Queen Banrian now? Is that about it?
Yeah. And I don't know what kind of torture you're in for, but I think mine's gonna be pretty fucking bad.
Well, unless you've got a way of getting out, it's not worth stressing about the torture till the torture comes, you know? Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I tend to be a worrier. Well,
and right now, all I can think about is what is going to happen, and what would have happened, and what could have happened, and whether this is inevitable, and maybe I deserve this.
Oh, no. Hold on there. You can't control what's happened. You know, that's been and done. You can only control what's gonna happen. And the good news here is that they're controlling our appetites. They are controlling our bowel movements, our thirst. You can tell that you haven't had nothing's really stirred down there at the moment. So you don't even need to worry about that.
Oh, that's so weird. I wasn't thinking about that, and now I am.
Yeah, don't think about it too much. I've been here about a week, and I've not needed anything or to do anything.
Really?
Yeah. I wonder if they could kind of
localize that. That's almost like more mind fucking than anything. That's like, whoa.
I don't know. I see it as a gift, a perk, an experience, you know. I don't know what's going to happen when we leave, but, you know, should be fine. Could be messy.
Yeah.
Could be entertaining.
You're really fucking peppy. Has anyone told you that?
Yeah, literally the last time we recorded this, yeah.
Well, deja fucking vu.
Yeah. I'm peppy because there's no point in wallowing in our sorrows. If we are truly in the worst possible scenario we could be in, then that's going to take care of itself. Might as well be thankful for the lovely blue glow that makes my skin look interesting, makes my hair look slightly different color. Might as well be happy for the good company, Might as well be glad that... we could still do shit. And she casts mirror image and... We just can't cast spells outside or affecting the outside of this place. The only thing. Removes the mirror image. She says, what I'm trying to say is, if we're here for the long haul, why not enjoy what we can enjoy for now?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I just don't have a lot to hold on to.
Well, you've got everything you've got on you, and you've got me. And glances back to the other orbs, the other domes, and says, I guess you've got all of us here. It's a bit hard to talk to the ones further down, but we're all in this together, wherever we come from, in whatever disparate causes we serve, and whatever information they want from us. I've had my fair share of... I've been in my fair share of war camps and war prisons. Once they get the information they think they need, they'll let you go, more often than not.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the case for me, but hey, I mean, thank you for helping me feel at least a little more myself. I don't know. I don't feel very connected to myself right now. I feel like I'm in some sort of weird dream, and I'm going to wake up. I'm just going to be right back where I was.
Perhaps I jumped in a bit too quick there. Perhaps I should let you take a bit to collect your thoughts and get yourself settled. I'm very sorry for the predicament you're in, and I'm glad to meet you, though.
Yeah, I'm glad to meet you too, Kuhn.
She's going to tap her side of the dome, and it seals back up. She kind of goes and sits back down on her bedroll, and gives you a polite smile, and then just kind of lies on her back, hands folded on her chest, and just looks up the top of the dome.
Safirith will kind of, almost giving herself permission, finally, just kind of collapse knees first onto the bedroll. Kind of, just shaking a little bit.
As you collapse onto your knees, kind of looking down, you just see like a little bit of silt and dust kind of drop from above you and land on the ground in front of you. And then like a little rock, a little pebble, tink, 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 drops. A little bit of rubble from somewhere above you.
And it comes in through the dome?
Do you look up?
Yes.
As you look up, something is kind of crumbling above the dome. And as you look up, a little bit of dust gets in your eye. You feel pebbles kind of rain down on you, and you kind of have to cover your horns and your face there. That steady stream of pebbles turns to slightly larger rocks. And they start to build up around you. As they start to build up around you, I just
instinctively cover my head and like curl into a ball.
Yeah, the rubble starts to build up around you. There is a deafening sound of rumbling. As all the rocks and rubble start to build up around you, they press in. The larger rocks keeping you in place, but the silt and the dirt kind of pushing into where the gaps are and starting to fill up, constricting you even more. As that dirt begins to pack in around you, you feel it holding you in place. As it holds you in place, there is silence. As there is silence, you would just hear a voice, a familiar voice, as the Tao speaks to you. You have gotten yourself into quite the predicament, Safirith. And as you hear that, you would feel a large hand on your ankle that yanks you down through this rubble. Your skin and horns kind of scrape against the rock as you're pulled down. You tumble for about 10 feet, and as you tumble, you land on your back in a dark kind of stone cavern, lit only by the glow of the eyes of this enormous Dowdall genie with their beautiful kind of creviced rock skin, that flat nose, that long dark hair in somewhat of a ponytail with a golden clasp, wearing jewelry on their fingers pierced through the stone of their ears and nose. And as you lay here, lit up by just that orange glow, they say, "I thought you were more capable than that, dear."
Just like literally feeling the air knocked out of her lungs. She's just gonna like climb, kind of sit up. Yeah, I hoped I was more capable too, but look, we do what we have to do. Can you help me get out of this?
The Dowdall kind of looks at you and says, You took me from someone with more greed than yourself. We got along well, he and I. You and I are yet to form this bond. You want my help. That doesn't come for free. Those powers you've been flaunting are but a sample of what I can give you. Should you help me? Help me help you.
Fair enough. I'm not like him. I hope I never fucking turn out like him.
Only time will tell.
But I can accept that I might need some help.
There is a...
And...
Oh, sorry.
No, just... That's where she leaves it, just kind of open-ended.
The Dowdall looks at you and says, I'm sure we can work something out. That is an entirely stone room you're entrapped in, is it not?
I'm guessing that's your specialty. What do I call you? By the way, I realized I never asked that the first time I encountered you, and I mean, it might be a bit rude to ask now, but it feels ruder not to just keep calling you Stone Thing in my mind.
It would be rude for me to ask for you to call me Master, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I gathered as much. You may call me Malishma.
Malishma. Okay, I can do that.
I will help you the first chance we get. In return, there is something I want you to get for me.
Look, I'm not gonna kill anyone. Okay, I'm not gonna harvest souls and... What?
You already have killed people, so why stop there?
You're right. But I'm, this whole trying not to turn out like my fucked up family.
Time will tell how far the apple falls from the tree. This blight you have in your mind, this being that floats in your thoughts still, they are in the possession of something I want. Something your grandfather worked very hard to get for me before it was taken away by you and her in turn. I'm willing to forgive these unintentional transgressions if you're able to get for me the gold and green stone, the Balan stone.
Do I know what he's talking about?
You can make a history or an arcana check for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, watch me. Come on.
Here we go. Another nat 20.
Okay, not a nat 20,
Okay.
but a 21.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
The Balarn stone is a stone that you would know of that has come from the elven continent of Neodract. There's some conjecture as to how it was made, what it's from. People say that Omar created, the god of writing and knowledge and speaking. That's the most popular conjecture. It is known to give its leaders great charisma and give its possessor great power over the masses.
Well, I mean, I'm more than happy to take from her. Lord knows she's taken enough from me, so yeah, why not? I'll do what I can.
Good. The time will come soon enough. Till then, don't forget who is on your side. Don't forget the only person you can guarantee is on your side.
Look, just as you don't quite trust me yet, maybe I don't fully trust you either, but I'm willing to see.
Fuck willing. Neither of us have a choice, do we?
No. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't really know what I was doing when I took the ring off his finger, but our choices have consequences, don't they?
Hopefully, this one has opportunities rather than consequences.
Let's hope so.
And the Dow places a hand out as if to, gently caress your forehead, kind of slowly and calmly. And as the large stone hand presses on your head, you watch as it presses down harder and harder and harder. And right when you feel like you're about to be compressed into the stone beneath you gives way and you fall. You fall with the stone, and as you fall with the stone, you land. You pass through this blue orb, and you land back on your bedroll in the exact same position you left it. And as you stay there on your mat, you watch as Kuhn kind of rolls over, kind of looks at you and just gives you a polite smile, rolls back. No sign of any rubble or stone around you. Is there anything else Safirith would say, think, do, be feeling before you're left alone there for a while?
I think she'd just be inevitably thinking about her grandfather, thinking about like absently playing with the ring. And, you know, kind of Frodo Baggins-esque, not fully putting it on.
Yeah.
But just like...
Just teasing it.
Playing with it on the chain.
Yeah.
Next to the pendant that she also wears on it. And then her thoughts just start flicking through faces. Like her parents, the last time she saw them, and her brother, the last time she saw him. And her friends on the ship, and forces words just like, we will not forgive you. And kind of hearing that as she thinks about her whole family and all the people that she feels like should never forgive her.
As these faces drift by, you drift off into some sort of sleep or stasis. The faces of your family, your father, your mother, your brother Amden. As your brother Amden's face flashes by, you would see his eyes move from that usual kind of color to a jet black as his face morphs into this pale figure that then morphs into these beautiful brown eyes, brown hair, slightly tanned skin. You see Tiana there grinning a malevolent grin. She then warps into the face of Agenar, a little chicken tear, warps into the face of Azareth, surrounded by shadows. Etterath's face, fangs and hair kind of growing, forces beak, just kind of shaking his head, disappointed. Force then morphs back into the changeling form, that black eyes, those white, kind of pale skin, pale hair. And then the face warps into that of a new face, that of Kuan beside you. Kuan beside you. Kuan is a place on Bok.
Yeah.
Too many words that sound the same. Kuan.
It's very fair.
Yeah. Warps into the face of Kuan, kind of looks at you, and you watch as that red, ruddy hair, that beautiful kind of dwarven skin, the sharper nose, and that chin strap beard appears. The eyes stay black. And as the eyes stay black, they blink once, and you close your eyes as well. And when you open them, you've had a long rest. And you're just seeing the figure of Kuan sitting there, having just woken up from a long rest also. She kind of glances at you and gives you a cheerful smile and a wave. And that's where we're going to leave our session.
Woo! Oh, I'm so scared.
Theater of the Mind Flare.
Thank you for listening to Theater of the Mind Flayer. If you like what you heard, give us a like, give us a review, rate us 5 stars. If you want to hear more, follow us on Patreon for more exclusive content and extra goodies. And make sure you follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Theater of the Mind Flayer or at mindflayer_pod. Thanks.